All right. So our first speaker, we got a good agenda of speakers here. Our first speaker tonight is going to be Theresa Boisseau, who you probably met already if you've been to any of these meet and greets. How many have you been to? Three?
Three
Plus,
or four.
I know you've been to my house for the Thursday.
And I keep forgetting to bring you back your koozie.
My koozie. You can keep my quarter inch, this koozie. I'll go get another one next time I go down. It gives me a good
And every
excuse to
time I
go.
look at it, I'm like, I gotta bring it. I forget it.
You keep it, it's yours.
Thank you.
So obviously Teresa's a good friend and we know her well, but I'm going to introduce her anyway. So as you know, Teresa's our Democratic candidate for U.S. House District 10. I had a slide in the previous thing, but I don't think we have it in this deck. Just showing this insanely gerrymandered district that runs from out here, you know, the western suburbs of Austin, all the way through East Texas, designed to be a safe district for Matthew McCall. And so, I don't know how many miles you put on your vehicle, but
Not more than Maggie.
but Teresa's been traveling the length and breadth of the district for months, and I'm sure you're relieved it's almost over one way or the other.
10 days.
10 more days.
But who's counting?
So a little about Teresa's background. Teresa was born in Dayton, Ohio, and of course she came to Texas as fast as she could in 1982. Graduated from high school in Riviera, which I didn't know existed, but that's down the Gulf Coast. She moved to Austin, of course, everybody wants to move to Austin and stay there, where she earned an undergraduate degree at UT and then was a teacher in the Austin School District for 8 years. And she then became a co-owner of her family's real estate business and is now a licensed real estate broker and relocation specialist. She's got a lot to tell us, so please welcome our next Congresswoman, Theresa Boisseau.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm a little tired because I did go to Houston yesterday for the rally. Drove there and back today. It was quite something. And from what I understand, Mike said this discussion would be around reproductive freedom, which yesterday's rally was a perfect segue into it. Goodness gracious. I'm floored by news that we have had come out since Dobbs and even since I started this race. We know Amber Nicole Thurman, and I'm sorry I forgot the other woman's name, but I am on only about 5 hours of sleep. 2 women in Georgia that we know of have died because they couldn't get proper health care. We know that in the state of Texas, the maternal mortality has gone up 56%. Babies are dying. And in the United States, it's about 11%, and we're at 56% in Texas. And Michael McCall doesn't care. I have it on video of him saying he doesn't care. At the Texas Tribune Fest, happened to be a high school volunteer of mine, went to his talk and asked him, what would you do for reproductive freedom in Texas because women are dying? And he said, the Supreme Court pushed it to the states, and I'm more concerned about threats, foreign threats. And then he went on to say, I have 4 daughters, I get it, dude, but I'm not going to talk about it. He was endorsed by the Austin American Statesman, which I find a little bit abhorrent. I think I know why. His wife has, a communication company. And they did, though, print a nice paragraph about me in there, which I think was a good thing to do. So if you have a chance to read it, it was good. But I did just the other day get a text from somebody who lives here in Bastrop. And she said, FYI, my daughter-in-law just told us that she's pregnant. Pregnant women cannot see a doctor or an OB-GYN until they are around 16 weeks. If you can get an appointment with a regular doctor, you have to have a note from urgent care to be seen. The doctors are not wanting to see pregnant people. Her daughter-in-law has to see a nurse practitioner, and this is in Austin. This is what the abortion bans are doing. And this was one of the things at the rally, if you watched it last night, you saw all the OB-GYNs who came on stage. They're afraid to do their job. My hope is, the turnout that we all are seeing, and quite honestly, I've had some former Republican friends who moved out here. They called me the other day, they're voting for me, they're voting for Kamala. They're tired. I had some whispers from some actually Republican candidates in College Station, likely voting for me and voting for Kamala, telling their family, telling their golfing buddies, they're done. They're embarrassed by the top of the ticket. So it's going to be interesting to see the turnout because these are the whispers that I'm getting. They're not willing to do it out loud. I'm hoping that that's the case. We still do have 10 days to make a difference. And one of the things that I am going to have in the back of the room, I don't know if you've heard of the little Post-it note thing going on. Well, I have some that I made, and it says, woman to woman, your vote is private. Vote blue to protect your rights, and your vote is your voice. If you're interested in taking some of these, a lot of what people are doing are sticking them in the backs of the stalls in women's bathrooms. I took it to the Texas Conference for Women. I handed some out yesterday in Houston. So, anywhere you go, you can just stick them in the stalls, put a few in the back of the stall because, people are just going to take them.
To your church bathrooms.
Yeah. Women are dying, and it's a threat. And we need that change. And so that's where the reproductive freedom comes. It's more than just about abortion because when you threaten doctors with losing their license in jail, their hands are tied. So, and there was a woman actually from San Antonio yesterday who told her story who hadn't told it before. She went into sepsis twice. They had to cut her up to remove the flesh that was poisoning her. So, women fought obviously years ago for the right to vote and for the right to control their own bodies, and we're back there unfortunately, so it's time to make sure we get out the vote. I saw pretty much, was everybody's hand raised? We've already voted, so get crayons and take some of these and pass them out and have the conversation. You never know what people are gonna say. Any questions for me? Okay. Yes.
I have a question. I'm in the mortgage business, and Kamala was talking about first-time buyers.
Sure.
What's your take on that? For the area, not nationwide, but more for.
Well, as a realtor, I see this all the
Oh,
time.
right.
There are people who can't afford to buy homes.
But they can afford the monthly payment. See, to me, it's the
Right.
down payment.
It's the down
and the
payment, and I
closing
think that
costs.
that's really going to help. Some of this too has to do with expectations. When you get into the real estate market, you're get your foot in the door. You're not getting your dream home. Get into the market is part of it. But having said that, yes, if the down payment is going to help a lot of people. On the other side of that is forgiving student loans is helping because people are in debt, and that was stopping them from buying homes. Now, affordability, what we're seeing in the Austin market is prices are going down because there's been a correction from 2020 and 2021, which was unfortunately artificial because of institutional buyers.
Mhm.
So,
The
yeah.
builders don't want to build the cheaper homes. That's the problem too. It's more money in the higher level.
Yeah. But, if people stop buying them, they're going to have to, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. Yes, sir.
One of the things I see Republicans saying about that issue, the $25,000 down payment, that's just going to increase the price of the home. That's their tagline on it. Obviously, you don't feel that's true as a realtor.
There is so much going on in the real estate market. We don't have enough time to cover, but No, I mean, it's all about supply and demand. That's the major thing that drives the real estate market is supply and demand. And, you know, I've had homes sit on the market recently for a while. And so I've had to reduce prices and stuff like that. So that's, really, you know, real estate is so hyper-local, it's neighborhood to neighborhood. And so you can't, making generalizations like that really are not helpful. You know, unfortunately, realtors are under attack right now, which is, you know, it's unfortunate. Yeah. Anything about reproductive freedom? I want to say thank you all for your support. I love coming out here and seeing you all, and thank you for everything you're doing. I will stay around. I have, like I said, these little Post-it notes things. I have some cute little round stickers if you're interested. I have one bin left to stuff, and when it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
And do you need any more yard signs for polling locations? Or do you have?
We've got some right back there. Big
Okay.
signs, you mean?
Well, I have a few big ones left, but do you
Yeah.
need any more little ones for polling locations, or you're
I
good?
don't know, ask these people. I've got one out in my yard.
Okay.
I've got some
I
back,
think
got a
we
few
pretty
back
much
there.
plastered the polling location.
Okay, so you know.
Polling location,
Okay,
yeah.
that's what was curious.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
great question. We will be going out
Because that's
on November
Christopher's last
5.
thing is to
We
put out
got 3
those.
locations around here. We've got signs at
Okay.
the early vote. We'll
Okay.
move whatever we have.
Okay, and you'll pick them up and then we'll get them all from you at one time? Yes?
Whatever.
Okay.
I'll definitely get with you on that, to figure out which area.
Christopher will help
Sounds good.
organize that. He's got a lot going on. All right, if you think of anything, I'll say after. But thank you so much.
Yes.